Christ King online classes. Let us study today a new topic called pollution of air and water. Pollution of air and water. So we know that the pollution of air and water. So air are nothing but an atmosphere. So atmosphere consists of different types of gases. So what is the pollution? Undesirable change in an atmosphere is called air pollution. Undesirable change in water, that is called water pollution. Undesirable change in sound pollution or noise pollution, etc. So in this lesson we are going to study only the two topics, that is called pollution of air and water. So now, as I said, pollution of air we are studying. So air, atmosphere, in atmosphere different types of gases. So in atmosphere, nitrogen, oxygen, hydrogen, carbon dioxide, etc. Earth's atmosphere is a mixture of gases that distribute heat and enables life to exist on the earth. Earth's atmosphere is presence of mainly it is gases that distribute heat. So that heat is sufficient to survive on the earth's surface. Oxygen, hydrogen, carbon dioxide organ, etc. So what is the atmosphere? A mixture of gases, that surrounds the earth is called atmosphere. A mixture of gases and other materials that surround the earth. So in that, nitrogen 78% is there. So because maximum in the earth's surface, so that is mainly the plants are the producers, are the first basic step in food chain. So plants are autotrophs, they prepare their own food, they will synthesize their own food. So that's why nitrogen, it is an essential component, 78%. So what we are breathing in, oxygen, that is only 21%. You can observe here, the 78% is the nitrogen, oxygen 21%, argon that is 0.93%, carbon dioxide 0.03%. So this is called atmosphere. A mixture of gases and other materials that surrounds the earth is called atmosphere. So now let us study. So what is air pollution? You can observe the picture. So all factories or oil refineries, or maybe if you burn paper, if you burn cow dung cakes, dry cow dung cakes, or maybe if you run vehicles or like an automobiles, they'll exhaust or they'll release this carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, etc. So especially carbon dioxide, so all the factory they releases, the oil refineries, these carbon dioxide enter into the atmosphere. Any undesirable change in an atmosphere is called air pollution. You can observe here, they exhaust or they releases high poisonous gas to the atmosphere. Next one, so in your textbook given, so what is an example we can give? In an congested area, large cities or an urban area like Bangalore, Bombay, Delhi, etc. The best example we can give is present Delhi. So where entirely mixed with or entirely covered with the smoke with the fog together, it is called the smoke. So mainly leads to different types of disease like lung cancer or maybe respiratory diseases. A congested road in a city, so all the automobiles will release this highly poisonous gases like carbon dioxide. So when it is an incomplete combustion will takes place, so they will release carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide. Next one, how does air get polluted and how does air get polluted? The substance, so any undesirable change in an atmosphere is called air pollution. So now what is responsibility? What are the causes for this? The substances which contaminate the air are called air pollutants. Any substance which will contaminate the atmosphere. For example, smoke released by vehicles, smoke released by factories, oil refineries, etc. Dust. So maybe at home also or maybe in the classroom or anywhere, so dust is present, that also leads to a air pollution. Forest fire, they'll release a high amount of carbon dioxide, and volcanic eruptions. So they'll also release highly poisonous gases. All these substances which brings air pollution is called air pollutants. Next, what are the sources? Pollutants is different sources from where these all poisonous gas will be released, or maybe smoke, dust, etc. So sources means from where? For example, factories. If you take an example, so they release high amount of chemicals to the nature or to the atmosphere. One side. Another side, so boiling water. So because they want some of the production, so in that boiling water will be released to the river sources where it will affect aquatic organism. Next one, factories, they will release carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide. So that also affects all the beautiful marbles and monuments present in the atmosphere. Next one, firewood. If you burn firewood, so then also it will releases carbon dioxide. Cow dung cakes, dried cow dung cakes. If you go to villages, so still they use the easy one availability. So whichever we are using, so that is cow dung cake, dried cow dung cakes. So this also, if you burn, it also releases highly poisonous gases. Air pollution due to automobiles. As I said, so unburned fossil fuels or maybe carbon component also releases high amount of carbon dioxide. So releasing, so high amount of when petrol or diesel will burn incompletely, that also releases. Next one, smoke. A new term, it's not smoke. Smoke combines with the fog. When it will mix, a best example is Delhi at present. So it is where the two mixture it is mixed together called the smoke. So where, so you cannot breathe freely and maybe the oxygen content will be less and less, carbon dioxide will be more, increasing the temperature of the earth, atmosphere, etc. So smoke with fog and mixed, say blur vision we can see, can't see properly, we can't move here and we can't breathe here. So that is the one component that is called the smoke. Next, a major topic at present, what is ozone depletion? A component, one more pollutant called chlorofluorocarbons. Yesterday in our classes, we learnt about the CFCs, chlorofluorocarbons. We can see the earth's surface, hole-like structure. It's not a hole, a black color substance or a pale. So earth is covered with the structure called a blanket-like structure, a pale, blue in color, violet in color, that is nothing but ozone. Ozone protects the earth's surface from ultraviolet rays released from the sun. When sun emits UV rays, it will protected by, so the layer called ozone. If it is depleting, so if it will be covered with only UV rays, what will happen? So we will absorb ozone depletion, coal formation, what we can say normally. So if I burn firewood, so if I release a CFCs spray, whatever we are using sprays, aerosols, etc. consist of CFCs, chlorofluorocarbons, automobiles, oil refineries, factories, everything will release chemicals, carbon dioxide to the nature. So where the sun emits UV rays, so when it will be absorbed, then so there is an formation, the breaking of CFCs. Yesterday's class we have studied already, chlorofluorocarbon. These chlorine will affect the ozone, so where it will bring the ozone depletion. So this picture represents ozone depletion. Ozone depletion means the ozone layer which protects the earth's surface will be damaged by UV rays and also by the CFC released from the earth's surface. So all the CFCs, chlorine, chlorofluorocarbon, in that, so it will break when the UV rays that breaks the CFC, this chlorine will attack ozone layer. There is a formation of, so diagram, so we have observed, so when it will affect this formation, now it is decreased, but before 3 years, so it is in a large in area covered. So now it is decreased because so some measures are taken to protect ozone. Next one. So if temperature is raised, in your textbook given there are two terms, what is greenhouse and global warming. So when all the carbon dioxide, nitrogen dioxide and nitrous oxide, everything will combine with the in atmosphere in water. So it will convert into sulfuric acid and also nitric acid. So this combines with water in the form of rain, it will fall to the earth's surface, that is nothing but acid rain. When there will be an acid rain or maybe high pollutant because of oil refineries or maybe factories, etc. So we can see the white color marble changed into a black in structure. So wherever the like a dust particles, a beautiful monument, that is nothing but Taj Mahal, 7 wonders of the world in that one. So where it is now changing, the marble color is changing towards a black in color. The reason is highly polluted around Taj Mahal area. There are many oil refineries or maybe factories, oil refineries, etc. They release highly poisonous gases. From that particle, it will corrupt or it will corrode marbles, and also it is called the marble cancer. Where so each now you can observe clearly white color structure. It is changed into totally a pale with the dust like black in color. So that is the one best example. So that's why if you want to protect, so the best beautiful monuments, so what are the causes? As I said, acid rain, when all the component nitrogen oxides, dioxide, sulfur dioxide, and mainly it will convert, it will mix with water, forms as nitric acid HNO3, H2SO4, sulfuric acid, and it will fall to the earth's surface as acid rain. So you can observe here, trees are killed by acid rain. Not only tree, all human organism will be affected by acid rain. So it leads to cancer, cataract, or maybe so corroding of the marbles. Causes. So rubber processing, chemicals, oil refinery, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide. So sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, it brings acid, that is a nitric acid, gives acid rain. Acid rain corrodes the marble of the monument. Corrodes the marbles of the monument is the best example here. So the phenomenon is also called marble cancer. So that is the best example. Taj Mahal is the a best example for the result of acid rain. So next, what is greenhouse effect? Maybe you observe in your place only nursery, a green covered plastics, etc. So what is in nursery they will prepare one huge place where it is covered with a green net or maybe covered with the plastic. What it represents? So you can observe here, sun emits high rays and carbon dioxide released from the earth, CO2 and other gases in the atmosphere trap heat. So observe carefully, when a heat will absorb by the atmosphere, again it will reflect. This reflection comes back here little, so and trap will keeping the earth warm. So that is we want a little warm temperature to survive, but extra. So it will reflect back, and some sunlight that hits the earth is reflected, some becomes heat. So this heat, that nothing but the greenhouse effect. When this mainly earth. So on plants will absorb the high amount of carbon dioxide. If there is no plants, they reflect the carbon dioxide content to the atmosphere. Again from the sun also heat will be there. So there will be a warm temperature. If it is plants, okay. If it is plants are less, then carbon dioxide temperature will be more. That this should be there. The greenhouse effect should be there to survive. But if it will be now at present, it is a threat to human being. So because if it will be increased temperature, what it will leads to a term called global warming. Global warming is nothing but rise in the earth atmospheric temperature. Rise in earth's atmospheric temperature, because carbon dioxide will be more, Suddenly, so all that content before slide we have observed. So where carbon dioxide will be more, but the earth releases infrared rays, it will warm the total temperature. So that leads to greenhouse effect. Next one, when the carbon dioxide will be more, suddenly the earth atmosphere temperature raises, so it will combine with many gases and it forms as an acid rain. So this global warming leads to the, you can observe the result of acid rain also here. So one plant, one side it is totally decolorized, another side is a green. It is an effect of acid rain and global warming. If the temperature is very high, the plants also will show some of the response, and here dried land and here it is a green. So this is the result of global warming. Rise in the earth's atmosphere temperature is called global warming. What can be done to reduce air pollution, especially in Delhi now at present? So they applied a method. So they are using some of the vehicles, public vehicles especially, with CNG bus. Maybe you have seen CNG bus. You have studied already in coal and combustion and flame lesson. What is CNG? Compressed natural gas. So it is reduces the pollutant. So that's why if you use, there is no pollution. Like if you burn petrol or diesel, half burnt. So that is the releasing of the carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide or nitrous oxide, etc. So we cannot absorb here because it is CNG. Next one. So if one more step, one you can use CNG and in your school atmosphere or in your class activity or communication media. So if you use public vehicle, so then we can save all the fossil fuels. Not only fossil fuels, you have to apply alternate sources like solar energy, hydro, wind energy, etc. Here we can absorb. If you grow a sapling, children planting saplings. So in future days, they are planting just, this is an example, a flower plant. But if you plant the high value plants, tree, etc. especially, so then it is for the future also and at present. So we can reduce the pollution. Next, the term water pollution. You can see clear water, no, here it is highly polluted with different colors. We can conduct one experiment, then you can come to know what is an water pollution. Any undesirable change in water is called, or in hydrosphere is called water pollution. So all the factories releases highly boiling water to the water resources like sea, ocean, or maybe river, etc. Or maybe oil refineries, it releases oil, and maybe from the waste, sewage, they will use the, they'll allow the sewage, and then some of the plastic materials, some area, so we are using for bathing or maybe washing clothes, etc. So all it is, whatever we are used on the earth's surface like fertilizer, everything will be polluted. That's why it is called water pollution. Next, water pollutants. So here it is, what are the pollutants? Pure water will be contaminated with municipality waste, and in mainly, so we are raising some of the animals, so in that also waste materials, and we are releasing some of the chemicals from the factory, and so through the canals we are through the canals, so the water will flow to the water resources. All these so leads to water pollution. Next, so if it is there, so there is in our textbook given Ganga Action Plan. So Ganga Action Plan, so it is one where now the water present at the Ganga water, river water is highly polluted because of oil refineries, factories, sewage treatment, waste, bathing or maybe washing clothes, and also the mainly throwing the dead bodies in the water, etc. Everything. So corrupted or maybe everything polluted Ganga water. So there is a plan now to purify the water. So because it cannot drink, it's highly polluted with coliform bacteria. A highly poisonous bacteria present inside the water. So if you drink, you will get different types of disease. That is so that's why now at present there is a team, so where they are planning to clean Ganga water, because from Himalayan Gangotri, so till West Bengal it will flow. So many places or many area people, the availability of water is very essential to them to survive. So that's why we have to clean water. So what is potable water? So out of all the sea or ocean etc., so 3/4 of the water earth is covered with 3/4, then but still 1% is only available to drink, fit to drink, that is nothing but potable water. So now there is one activity we will conduct in our regular class. Take a water bottle, so plastic water bottle, so you can remove the half portion or maybe like this. So take first at the bottom tissue paper, second layer, so a cotton or a cloth, third layer sand, next layer gravel. So all the 4 layers, then pour water, any water, so what you will get at the bottom. So if you get pure water, so that is nothing but purification of water or filtration of water. So there is add a 2-3 inch layer of coarse sand or very small pebbles on the top. So here tissue paper, cotton or cloth, sand, clay, etc. So all these will filter water. So you will get a potable water. This activity will conduct in our class. So now, as a student, as a person, as a human being, so after learning this lesson, so we have to adopt some techniques. We have to follow some techniques, that is reduce the use of plastic bag, where say no to plastic bag and use paper bags. Refuse some of the things whichever it is prepared with the plastic. Reduce the content of coal and petroleum. Reuse some of the materials whatever you will bring to home, again for example pickle bottle or jam bottle etc., you can reuse it. Recover means, so whatever it is available you can use it again. So for different purpose, recycle. So you can recycle water, we can recycle plastic, we recycle paper, where that it is one like a cycle. So if you apply 5 Rs method, reduce, refuse, reuse, repurpose, recover and recycle, then we can, as an individual, we are responsible towards our nature or our earth. So it's our duty to follow all these 5 R. Next one, last topic, that is water treatment plant. You can observe a different techniques. I'll send a video related water treatment plant. So where all the polluted water will come and then it will feed to one, it will discharge to one container where the water will be purified. There are 3 methods. One, you can use chlorine, but high amount of chlorine chemical if you use, it is danger. Or if you are using some of the mechanical method is also possible, or with some chemicals. So if you water treatment plant, so in this, so you can get again and it will be feeded to, or maybe it will be used by some other purpose. So like gardening, agriculture practice etc. So using recycling of water and water treatment plant, it is, we can observe in our areas also. So it will be useful to recycle water. So that's all about your lessons. We have completed the last chapter, that is called pollution of air and water. Some experiments are there, I will conduct later on.